Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Aaron.
Aaron is present, everyone. I am sick as a dog today. But as the saying goes, you can't keep a good SP down. No way, no how. It's probably the new strain of Rona that's going around. I think pretty much everybody I know right now is sick. And it feels just like kind of a normal head cold, except normal medication does not seem to make the symptoms go away. Usually Advil works very, very well on me. Tylenol, Dayquil, NyQuil, all that stuff. So anyway, I feel icky, but we're doing videos anyway, guys. We're doing videos anyway. On the agenda today is Tom Cruise reuniting with his daughter, Suri. The answer is no. No, Tom Cruise is not reuniting with Suri. And I promise you guys I was not going to do a Tom Cruise video every time a tabloid speculated that Tom was either leaving Scientology or, well, that's what I said last time. Every time a tabloid says, rumors, is Tom Cruise leaving Scientology? I said, look, I'm not going to do a video every time. But this thing with Suri, this is a really good opportunity to talk about some of the aspects of Scientology's policy of disconnection and the practice of disconnection that I've discussed in some videos, but what I think deserves being reiterated every now and then. So let me tell you, this is what's circulating. This is the big news the last 24 hours. Fans are speculating that Tom Cruise may have left Scientology for one parenting reason. Okay. In yet another unexpected twist from the private life of Tom Cruise, it seems there may be a huge reason why the Oscar-nominated actor potentially left the Church of Scientology after over 30 years. For those that don't know, there's been heavy speculation that Cruise has left Scientology, and now people believe it's because he wants to restart his relationship with his estranged daughter, Suri Cruise. As many people know, the Mission Impossible star doesn't have a relationship with his youngest child, Suri, with many pointing fingers at Scientology for being the culprit behind their strained relationship. Many outlets have been questioning if the reason he left the church was because soon he may be able to rekindle a relationship with her. When he and Katie Holmes divorced, Holmes got full custody of Suri along with $400,000 a month in child support until Suri turns 18. It's allegedly been a decade since Tom last saw Suri after the lengthy and bitter divorce battle. Right now, Suri is said to be looking at colleges, and when she hits 18, reports say Tom may try to make a solid father-daughter relationship between them. Okay, good. This is the part that I wanted to talk about. I mean, stories like this to me are not believable or credible right from the jump. But the fact, anyone trying to frame a story around the fact that Suri no longer being a minor, like Suri turning 18, Suri being an adult, would somehow be some impetus or some catalyst for Tom Cruise, super Scientologist, to be able to rekindle a relationship with her, goes against anything that even exists in Scientology. And here's what I mean. I have said many times, and I know not everyone agrees with me on this, but I truly believe this, and I'm willing to, back this up in any kind of a debate. Tom Cruise disconnected from Suri, even though he did not have to. Scientology you will not be declared a suppressive person if you are a Scientologist who is the parent of a minor child, and your child's, okay, so you're the parent of a minor child. The other parent is not a Scientologist. The other parent gets declared. You will not be declared a suppressive person for continuing to have a relationship with your minor child, even if your minor child is connected to their other parent who is a declared suppressive person. You will not be expelled from Scientology for maintaining that relationship with your child. Now, what would most likely happen is you would be declared a potential trouble source type, probably A, if I recall correctly. And what that would mean as a Scientologist is that as long as you have this connection, you can be a Scientologist, but as long as you have this label of being PTS type A, which means you're connected to someone intimately in your family who's antagonistic to Scientology, you just cannot do any Scientology or auditing or courses until that situation is resolved. Now, rules are different for Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is probably one of the only people in Scientology who has his own set of rules. And I think that can go in his favor, and it can also go against him. I think in this case, being Tom Cruise, the super Scientologist, I think it went against him. I think Tom felt that he had to set a good example. This is just purely speculation, guys. I don't have any inside skinning on all this. I think Tom Cruise felt that he had to set a good example to all other Scientologists who he knows damn well have to put up with an enforced familial disconnection all the time. He had to set a good example by disconnecting from Suri, because Suri was connected to Katie, and Katie left Scientology. This actually gets us down a whole other interesting train of conversation, which is that Katie Holmes is not guilty of any suppressive acts in Scientology. She's never publicly attacked Scientology. She's never spoken against it in any way, shape, or form. I'm not even sure I recall her. Maybe her lawyers, maybe some of her spokespeople have said she's no longer a Scientologist, but I've never heard Katie Holmes herself say it in the press. Katie Holmes could never be accused. I should probably be careful not to make too broad, sweeping statements on this. But in my opinion, Katie Holmes could not be accused of the crime of publicly departing Scientology. Divorcing Tom Cruise is not a suppressive act in Scientology. You do not get declared a suppressive person for divorcing famous Scientologists. Now, for sure, the way that Katie escaped from the marriage and, physically took Suri with her and escaped, like, this was a debacle. Don't get me wrong. I understand that Scientologists would feel that what Katie did was suppressive. She made Tom look bad. She made Scientology look bad. I'm just saying that according to the letter of the law, according to the letter of the Scientology law, Katie Holmes, at least in my opinion, did not commit any suppressive acts by doing what she did and doing it how she did it. And so also, Katie Holmes, I have never heard anyone in Scientology say that they have ever been informed that Katie Holmes was officially declared a suppressive person. And in Scientology, unless someone is officially declared a suppressive person, you are technically speaking allowed to maintain a connection to that person. It doesn't matter how bad people think they are. It doesn't matter what they've done. It matters if they have been declared a suppressive person. And I've never heard anybody in Scientology say that Katie was declared a suppressive person. People might have said that she's a suppressive person. People say that about Scientologists all the time. So where am I going with this? Tom Cruise had all the reason or ammunition, if you wanted to fight this fight in Scientology, all the reason and all the ammunition in the world to maintain a relationship with Suri during the time that she was a minor and he was a legal parent. The potential of Tom having a relationship with Suri is even less after Suri is an adult. And that's that's actually the main point that I wanted to make here. The idea that, but she's going to be able to rekindle the relationship with her, once she's 18. Guys, her having been a minor would have been the reason why it would have been okay for Tom to have maintained a connection to Suri. They could have sorted it out through lawyers and chaperones and, like, Tom would not have had to have had any direct communication or visitation with Katie herself in order to maintain a relationship with Suri. And there's something I want you guys to help me. I've got some memories about this. I want you guys to let me know if you have the same memories or if I'm guilty of having false memories on this. I could have sworn that for a period of time after Tom and Katie divorced, Tom was seen publicly with Suri. I could have sworn, because I was friends with Tom's sister, Marion Henry. She lives here in Clearwater. She's a realtor. She was my realtor. We were friends, friendly, same, social circle and whatnot. And I remember being so tickled when I would see, photographs in the tabloids of Tom, walking through Central Park or freaking London or Germany with Suri. And it was Marion in the background who was like holding Suri while, Tom was walking ahead or something. I remember being so tickled, like, hey, I know that lady and she's with Suri Cruise. And isn't that cool? Am I totally misremembering this, guys? Has, and the reason I'm pointing this out is because this would reinforce the validity, the truth of what I'm saying. it would have been okay for Tom Cruise to have been connected to his daughter during her age of minority. It is Tom Cruise himself who would have had to say, I'm not going to. I don't want to. Or even if I do want to, I'm not going to, because I'm going to set an example to the other Scientologists. I'm going to stand on principle. What principle would he be standing on? I don't know. It does not make any Scientological sense for Tom to have been disconnected from Suri this whole time. It just doesn't. Chances are it was something that was very strongly negotiated by Katie's father, is my guess. That is my guess. That Katie's father negotiated something, that Katie was in support of, that, look, we're not going to be sitting over here wondering whether you're feeding her Scientology bullshit every time she visits with you. We're not going to be sitting over here worrying about whether you're going to turn Suri against Katie the way you turned Connor and Isabella against Nicole. So to me, it makes perfect sense that Katie and Katie's team would not have wanted Tom to be able to have visitation or to visit. But the idea that it was Scientology that has been keeping Tom from Suri, actually not true. And I have many, many examples from a firsthand personal experience of families in this situation where one of the parents is a Scientologist, the other parent is out of Scientology, declared or not declared, definitely antagonistic. And I know damn well that Scientology, and well, here's the other thing that makes talking about this a little dicey. Scientology rules and policies get enforced differently by different people in different areas and at different times. So not every Scientologist is going to have the same experience, the same stories. And that's just the nature of the beast. That's just the way that it is. But in Tom's case, someone who he has a special set of rules for him, Tom would be allowed to do things that other Scientologists would never be allowed to do. And I'm just telling you that if Tom Cruise had said, I am going to maintain a relationship with Suri while I have the legal ability to do so, he would have been allowed to do so from the Scientology side. So that's the extra details I wanted to provide after reading this story. The story itself is just garbage, but any opportunity to discuss Scientology's horrible practice of destroying families is an opportunity that I'm going to take. When people ask me, is Scientology a religion or a cult? Obviously, my answer is a cult. And there might be many academic reasons or arguments for that. But for me, if your organization destroys families when members of those families no longer want to be a part, you're a cult. I don't care what other definition there is. I don't care what other dynamics are in play, charismatic leader, all that kind of stuff. If your organization destroys families when members of those families want to leave, you're a cult. So Scientology is a cult. All right, guys, that's it. Hey, me and Reese in 45 minutes are going to be doing a video playing a recorded phone call where a Scientology official confesses to the physical abuse that Reese and I have been talking about, that she was subjected to in her Scientology experience in Kansas City. Stay tuned for that, guys. This you do not want to miss. All right. A couple quick super chats. Joni Cummings, Aaron, last night's live with Mitch was fun. I still love your lives. Still love the fact that you're calling out Tom Cruise. Well, thank you, Joni. I appreciate that. Jamie Dodger jumped on live stream. Is Tom seriously leaving? No. Tom abandoning his daughter says it all for me. No excuses, in my opinion. He's not very nice, but remember, he is brainwashed and in a cult. Damn, I'm conflicted. Well, yep, Jamie, just watch the replay. You'll see what we discussed. All right, everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.